Hello everyone, my name is Rachel May. I am a yoga instructor. I've been teaching since 2001 and I am an Ayurvedic counselor. And I am making this video in regards to my restorative teacher trainings. I've been getting lots of questions about them. I've been leading them a lot recently and I thought it would be beneficial to create a video about those trainings. So usually I teach the restorative teacher trainings in 30-hour segments. That being said, most trainings of mine go far beyond the hours that we list, primarily because I'm a big believer that especially continuing education classes for yoga teachers and Ayurvedic practitioners should not only be opportunities to get that certification to achieve those hours required, but it should also be an opportunity to cultivate and enrich your personal practice. So in this way, the hours go much beyond those 30 or so hours. Restorative yoga is becoming more popular in the States, which is fantastic. It's a necessity. When I started teaching yoga in 2001, it wasn't near the popularity it is now. And there's a huge wave of interest in vigorous asana and what I like to call wild asana. And restorative has this really unique capacity to drop us into that effortless presence that is so necessary. And I think it's a very positive thing that it's taking a strong ground and becoming more popular like this wild asana has, because it's an indication that we are craving depth and that we are craving ease and that we are craving the prana that we've lost from being in fight or flight and from being stressed and overwhelmed. So I think it's fantastic that it's becoming more popular. In the restorative teacher training that I guide, we go into more than just the asana. We do cover the asanas. We cover about 15 to 16 restorative asanas, as well as a whole preparatory series of postures that you can take to support those other asanas. We go over the assisting, the propping, the sequencing. We also go into the benefits and the contraindications. We cover everything from pregnancy to menopause to arthritis, hypertension, etc. We go over basically what every asana supports and what it is contraindicated by, which is fantastic. We also go into what I call the ring of four. We go over 4 meditations, 4 pranayamas, 4 mudras, and 4 mantras that help support the practice itself, that help deepen our restorative practice, that take it beyond the realm of asana. Because restorative requires that we find stillness, that we find that effortless presence, when we bring in these other practices, it builds on the energetic dynamic of the experience, and it builds on the depth of healing that we can encounter and experience and embody in the restorative practice. I am from a Srividya lineage, so much of the meditation, the mudra, the mantra is relative to that. And I go into depth into the history and explanation of that. The pranayamas are all levels, as are all the meditations, mantras, and mudras. The pranayamas have more of an Ayurvedic leaning. Now, part of this course is also an Ayurveda 101 in terms of restorative practice, which is fantastic because after we go through everything we've learned, we come back to it through an Ayurvedic lens. And now you can orient to your teaching and to your practice from that perspective, which is fantastic. It doesn't make you a counselor, but it does give you that orientation point, which builds on everything. Part of why we are able to do so much work is because I've created a manual for it. It's 20 plus pages and it covers everything we've gone through just in this 4 or so minute conversation. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And this way, when you leave the training, like we do every time we leave a teacher training, our brain is full. After the integration period, you have a very thorough manual to go back to refresh your memory. I've also created a Dropbox account, which over the years has built into quite a community. It has every picture of every asana, all the propping. It has all the meditations recorded as well as written in all their formats for you so that you're able to return to that to practice, both doing it and teaching it. All the pranayamas are recorded and explained. All the mudras are photographed there as well, and all the mantras are recorded and explained. So you have all the information essentially forever. Once you take the training, you have access to it, and people continually add to it as they take the training, which is also delightful to see how everyone builds on their teaching and their practice through the training. It's a fantastic thing. I have to say I'm very proud of it. We get a lot done. You come away with a lot to utilize, a lot to practice, a lot to experience, and a lot to build in your own teaching and your own practice. The homework varies depending how many in-person hours we have. Each studio does it differently. Some do it over a weekend, so we have more homework. Some do it over 4 days, some do it over a week. To know that your homework is essentially practice always. Also learning how to sequence, showing me that you can do that on your own, and so on and so forth. It's really delightful. Everyone that comes, we have some teachers. You can also come if you're just a student. You can come if you're a nurse. You can come if you're a lawyer. I've had everyone join us because restorative is not exclusive. It's very inclusive because we all experience stress and tension and overwhelm, and we're all looking to release that. So if you're interested, you can get in contact with me. My website is rachelmayyoga.com. You can respond to this post wherever you're seeing it, or you can email me. My email is yoginiray, R-A-E, @gmail.com. Thank you so much. Good luck in all of your restorative practices.